And I believe like there will be more support to other languages, but I'm not very sure about the point. So updates to your existing smart contract is a lot easier to do. It's as simple as running a command line on Kleos, just saying, "I'll update my smart contract." Even if it's like something as simple as renaming a variable or anything else, you don't have to worry about like anything else. Your smart contract will just be live and then just work out. We haven't tested that yet, but theoretically that is good, which is good from a developer perspective because no one just writes code and just never changes it. Code is ever changing. Yeah.
See, Ethereum has parallel program language support, Go, C++, but EOS starts with C++. Why, when EOS is starting, starting with C++, and you mentioned about the implementation for C++, right? And C++ also has a core, so you can use program in a way that the program goes out of the boundary of it. It's undefined repeater, right? That can be a problem for smart contract.
Yeah. So the C++ that yeah. So you're asking about C++ on EOS?
Why not like?
Why not use another language?
Multiple languages at the same time and pick one that's the best.
Yeah. So why not just like have multiple languages and pick one that works best? I think the main problem is decentralization has created a new design pattern of actual developing. So even though you're developing in C++, you cannot do everything. It's still kind of transactional. You need to think of users, you need to think of transactions, and you need to think of cryptography. And these kind of like put in some limitations on any language that you use. Ethereum decided to start another language focused in its backbone about transactional and money-related transactions. And EOS decided to go with C++. I have no idea why they said C++, but I'm pretty sure it's because it's easily compiled to like a virtual machine language, so that it's easily used in the future. But is that good enough, or?
Okay. Because like EOS is like C++.
EOS itself?
Yeah.
Well, it's just basically a language to compile to run on the EOS platform, right?
Yeah, I think it's compiled to WSM or WSD.
Yes, so it doesn't have to be C++,
yeah,
right? But C++ is something easy to use, so might as well. Okay. So, okay. Timeline-wise, okay. So currently, Ethereum is one of the biggest blockchains when it comes to launching ICOs and launching projects that are decentralized applications. And it has, like, I think, a couple of thousand at least, the projects that are Ethereum-based. And then it also has one of the biggest developer communities, which I believe is one of the biggest advantages that Ethereum have over EOS. For instance, EOS right now has a very small developer community. We've been having a lot of trouble actually doing stuff ourselves because most of the questions are not answered sometimes, or a lot of the times people are asking questions on like the Telegram, EOS Developers, and other channels, and they're not getting any responses very easily. It's just like at this point, because it's very close to their launch, it didn't have like much of the support that is needed, but that is changing. Like we definitely are planning to give back, like help whenever we find out a solution to a certain problem. We'll probably like, just like pitch it and like get it known in multiple channels. At the same time, Ethereum is currently working on scalability changes to their network called sharding, and that will allow for a new. It will make it like a lot better to do like bigger applications and have support to like stronger applications rather than just like simple ones or like collectibles. So EOS, on the other hand, had lots of issues when they launched the platform, mainly related to developer issues like RAM, for instance, costing so much that developers are actually not able to use it to run their applications. At the same time, there's like thoughts of like updating the institution itself and doing all this, like, and at the same time, BP issues, where some people think that BPs are like working together to kind of like take over the network, or some BPs are not doing it, they're just doing it for the money without actually like giving back. In my opinion, I feel like all this will probably be fixed within a couple of months, and maybe a little bit more. Yeah, so from a design philosophy perspective now, Ethereum, when it launched, at least the philosophy was that it is not supporting, like it doesn't have any features inherently. And if a developer thinks that there's a feature that is needed, like something as simple as payment or arbitration, they just build it and then they become a protocol and then everybody will use that protocol. I'm okay with this kind of thinking. My only concern is that there are some things that are very common that it is better for somebody to take care of in the beginning. And I'm a big fan of EOS's role-based permission system that is built outside of the box, and you know for a fact that because this is a very crucial thing that everybody needs to be able to use inside their applications, it's better to be fully baked into the blockchain itself and audited and make sure that it's secure. There's other features as well that are built into EOS for permissions and DB schema and other toolkits. I'm not very familiar with it. I have not played with interface development, but I know for a fact that there are some extra features that you don't have to worry about. You just build your application and use those features out of the box, which is a plus. Yeah. Adaptability. So as I mentioned before, the fact that a lot of Ethereum transactions cost gas means that either you as a dApp developer needs to pay the cost, or the developers themselves